Hello and welcome, guys, to another episode of Zebraman. Today we're here at Wits. We're here to meet our brother Sonwabile here. He's a postgraduate student, lecturer as well. He works in the field of spirituality, African spirituality. Sonwabile, welcome, man, and thank you so much for allowing us to visit your space, man.
Yes, Thokozani, thank you for having me here in this place. It's good to sometimes talk about,
Yes,
spirituality and its influence in modern day education and modern day literature.
yes.
Yeah,
We met my brother at an event, at a youth day event,
yeah,
not long time ago here at Vets.
yeah,
Let's dive into that, man. This is the month of the youth.
yes.
What have you observed so far in terms of celebrations, in terms of how this month has been perceived in comparison to other years?
Well, look, I mean, the youth are exhibiting, a sense of finding themselves within the, post 1994 era
Yes,
or setup rather.
yes,
They obviously making reference to the youth of 76
yes,
as a cornerstone or a foundation of some sort. Even in their political activities, they reference that with the dignity and respect that it possesses. But also through self-realization and self-affirmation and self-validation, the youth of
yes,
today are more active into the space of spiritual practices, mostly through ubutwasa, through ubungoma,
yes,
collecting historical pieces of their lives and their families and so on, but also challenging, the history that had already been dispersed unto people. So, national history, for instance, has always been very linear and was always through the lens of, the colonial canon and
yes,
the apartheid canon and the post 1994 Mandela Rainbow Nation canon. But
yes,
now the youth of today are stepping away from that framework and are embracing something that is more deep, something that has been hidden and shut down for a very long time,
yes,
which is spiritual practices, ancestry, nativism, modes of old knowledge systems are now being reintroduced back through the youth of today. So spirituality then, I would say, plays a role in identifying, the strengths of the youth of today to actually challenge, histories that have never been challenged fully by other youths. So
yes,
this month is more than just about revering those fallen heroes, revering, those certain isolated incidents in the country in terms of the anti-apartheid struggle. So now we are focusing on the self, and I think that they're doing an amazing job. They are more open about it. Spirituality is spoken a lot on social media. It's spoken a lot
yes, absolutely.
through vlogs, through podcasts, YouTube, even on other social media platforms, or Facebook, TikTok, and so on. It's there, and most of the people that are engaging, those spaces are
Yes,
young people. So it's interesting that technology now has been introduced to our ancestors, and also the knowledge systems of knowing that we never relied on Western astrologers to tell us as to what is the meaning behind stars. How do we speak to the stars and the planets and so on?
yes,
That was indigenously infused into our people through their lineages, and that was interrupted briefly by colonialism, by
yes.
slavery, by
Missionaries and
missionary education,
Gene,
and so
yes,
on, and also displacement of people in terms of the land they occupied for the advancement of the more cosmopolitan spaces like cities and towns, church spaces, land that was seized from our people, to construct buildings on top of grave sites,
Yes.
but also the space of sacredness itself is very much alive and is bringing itself back with vigor, with aggression towards these young people. And unfortunately, young people are very much up for the challenge to say what was then erased in terms of my lineage. I am going to unerase it, and make sure that my ancestors are spoken for, my ancestors are validated, they are real, they're here, and also their trauma has been now answered through me as the young
Yes.
person. Yeah.
Yes.